Okay, so I just got back from the Books a Million Harry Potter midnight release party. It wasn't really a party because it was basically just you show up, you stand in line, and you get your book. Um, but there was a couple, there was about maybe 25, 30 people there. I guess it wasn't a whole lot of people, wasn't too much of a line to stand in. The last time I went to one of these was in for Order of the Phoenix when that came out. I think in 2005, 2004, 2005, something like that. Maybe it was before that. I honestly I can't remember. All I remember is I went to one. It was at the Barnes and Noble in Columbus, and it took forever, just absolutely forever because we were sitting there, and you could buy a lot. You could buy other books, and then I remember getting about $150 worth of books that night, in addition to Order of the Phoenix. Um, I was actually the second person in Columbus to get Order of the Phoenix because uh, I was able to read, and so I was able to see where the line actually started. Everyone else was lining up, and somewhere I guess they just started standing behind this random guy, and I was the only one who was actually standing where the actual sign said, "Please stand here for the line." Well, me and the guy who was in front of me, but and then everyone else had to get behind me, which that was kind of cool because then like literally, I got to have my copy second, and then because I had to wait for everyone else in my family to get their books, I was also able to go ahead and start reading it right there. So I was, I think, probably the first person in Columbus, Georgia, to actually start reading Order of the Phoenix. And then I finished the whole thing that night because once you get started with a Harry Potter book, you can't, you can't put it down. You got to finish it. So anyway, tonight went a lot faster. Like when I was at the one in Columbus, it was at least an hour and a half between when I got my book and when we were finally able to leave and go home. Whereas tonight, I left my apartment at 11:45. Got to the mall at about 5 till midnight. Uh, got my book, got back in my car, got home, and it was 12:15 when I got home. So it took from beginning to end about 30 minutes. Whereas again, it was an hour and a half to 2 hours the last time I did one of these things. So this was much more efficiently done this time. Of course, they didn't let you buy any other books at the Harry Potter registers this time. If you had other books you wanted to buy, you had to go over to the coffee shop. And all the books that they were selling were just pre-ordered tonight. So everyone is basically you already bought your book. You just had to turn in your ticket that said you had the book, and they give you your book, and you're out the door. And it was much more efficient than that, which I personally appreciated because there wasn't a whole lot of kids there. It was mostly adults. I think I saw maybe one person under the age of 20 there, and so that was good. That was appropriate. They obviously didn't plan on, or well, maybe they did. If they planned on a whole lot of kids showing up, it didn't show. So they lucked out with that because it was mostly a bunch of adults, people who should be too old to read Harry Potter. But what can you do? It's good stuff. Anyway, so this is my first time doing a unboxing, or in this case, it's more like an unbagging, I guess, an unbagging because I've got it in a bag. It's in this little bag here, this Books a Million bag. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get that unboxed. You see right here, it's a Books a Million bag. You can see right there, it says Books a Million. Let me go ahead and I think it looks like they put it in here upside down. So, J.K. Rowling. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2. Special Rehearsal Edition script. Look at that. Special Rehearsal Edition script. Based on an original news story by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne. A new play by Jack Thorne. Look at that. 19 years after the Battle of Hogwarts. This is really cool. Oh man, it was always difficult being Harry Potter, and it is much easier now. Overworked employee of the Ministry of Magic, a husband and father of 3 school-aged children. While Harry grapples with a past that refuses to stay where it belongs, his youngest son Albus must struggle with the weight of a family legacy he never wanted. As past and present fuse ominously, both father and son learn the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes darkness comes from unexpected places. Based on an original news story by J.K. Rowling, John Tiffany, and Jack Thorne, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is a new play by Jack Thorne. It is the 8th Harry Potter story and the first to be officially presented on stage. This special rehearsal edition of the script brings the continued journey of Harry Potter and his friends and family to readers everywhere immediately following the play's world premiere in London's West End on July 30th, 2016. So the play actually premiered yesterday. Apparently. Okay, so it actually premiered yesterday. That's really cool. The stage production of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is produced by Sonia Friedman Productions, Colin Calendar, and Harry Potter Theatrical Productions. It says on the back, let me show you. It says, this is the front again. Special rehearsal edition script. So this is the actual script. It's not it's not like a book. It's not prose. It's written as a script. It's written as a play. This is the 8th story, 19 years later. So this takes place 19 years after Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which, of course, was in the movie was 2 parts, but the book was just 1 book. I'm not sure what parts 1 and 2 means. I guess maybe it's 2 different acts. I don't know. I honestly don't know anything about this other than what I just read off of the inside cover. Speaking of which, let's see, I don't know if you can see, that looks kind of lame. It's not very good. Definitely want to keep the dust jacket on. I'm sorry, I'm not doing a very good job with this. Anyway, look at this, Act 1, Scene 17. Scene 16, Scene 14. Look at all this. So, this works out really great for me because I like to read character dialogue, and I like to kind of pretend as if I'm actually personally acting it out myself. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that, and maybe I'll go ahead and just videotape myself recording. Videotape myself doing. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Anyway, videotape myself doing some of this stuff, acting out a couple of these scenes. There's Draco Malfoy. Draco's in this. Albus. That's of course Harry and Ginny's kid. There's Harry right there. Hermione. Voldemort's allies. Okay, apparently Voldemort still got some folks around 19 years later. I thought they would have all been in Azkaban. Maybe they got released or something. Or maybe he's back again. Somebody, Scorpion King, I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke or maybe The Rock is going to appear in here. I don't know. I could accept The Rock in Harry Potter. Anyway, it's 12:30 now. I need to go ahead and let this go because I got some reading to do. I will check in with everybody later. Live long and prosper.